2012 became the year I started my crypto journey. 2013, I began investing thousands into miners. And a decade later, I'm still broke, but I've come up with a low-risk accumulation strategy. We will go over my strategy along with 5 tokens I currently have on my watch list for 2024. And before you degens go out and buy these tokens without doing any research of your own, I just want to remind you that after a decade in crypto, I'm still broke. What's up, WAGME fam? Crypto Addict back with a well overdue video regarding how I've grown my current crypto portfolio over the past decade. Before I give you my non-financial advice, please remember to do your own research on any projects I talk about and do not buy anything unless you're willing to lose it all, like me. Also, unless you are incredibly disciplined and unemotional, just don't buy anything, but still watch this video because I need the watch hours. Up until around 2018, I followed a simple rule. I put 70% of everything into Bitcoin and I spent the other 30% on altcoins. After 2018, I modified my rule to what it is today and in what I believe is the best way to get into crypto with the lowest risk possible. Remember, low risk in crypto terms is still an extremely high risk. Think of it like spending a night outside in freezing temperatures. You can be in your North Face puffer jacket with your beanie, scarf, and gloves, or you can be up there in a t-shirt and shorts. Odds are you will get sick, but the odds of getting sick are slightly lower when you're wearing that North Face puffer jacket. What I'm saying is the odds of your wallet going to zero is extremely high, regardless of what you do. Unless you subscribe to this channel, then it's just high. My method is fairly simple. If there is one thing we picked up on with Bitcoin is that every cycle Bitcoin not just goes back to its previous high, it exceeds it with some diminishing returns, which led me to making this spreadsheet. Unless you are a human calculator, this is a good guide to help you split your investments every time you deposit any fiat. Knowing that Bitcoin has a history of always retracing back to its all-time high, we note that high here. We then input the current price of Bitcoin to understand the margin and the amount of flexibility you'll have to gamble with. In this case, I got my paycheck and decided I will invest $250 from my paycheck into crypto. Based on my formula, I will need to put $153 into Bitcoin and $97 is available to invest in altcoins such as the ones later in this video. Why has this worked for me? Because if I'm investing $250, when Bitcoin reaches its previous all-time high, that $153 I put into Bitcoin will now be worth $250. This means I now would have broken even. So all of the other terrible altcoins you spent that other $97 on that are now worth $0, you'll still be good because you at least broke even. But we don't want to lose all $97, so we need to spend it a little wisely. We know you're not going to get that 10x or 100x gains on Bitcoin this upcoming cycle, so you can get a little more greedy here, which is why you're still watching this video. These are 5 tokens I will look into spreading the remaining $97 with the last one being my favorite. In order to get the biggest gains in crypto, you will need to buy into the narratives. I've made it known multiple times that I'm really writing this gaming narrative, and during this run, Avax has the projects leading the way. We're talking titles such as Shrapnel, Off the Grid, Providence, or even Bloodloop. The last bull run, many projects put game on their roadmap, and they have since disappeared. AAA games take 4 or 5 years to develop, and that is where we're at now. We are now getting our first look at these AAA games that have been building during the bear market, and they're building on Avalanche. Utilizing AVAX subnets, a lot of these AAA games are able to build on AVAX using their own gaming tokens. The gaming market is huge, and the AVAX platform is extremely appealing to game developers, making AVAX a big player during this upcoming bull run. Ava Labs has also unveiled their VRYX scaling solution that is expected to handle an astounding 100,000 transactions per second. That is game breaking for the chain and really makes AVAX one, if not the most attractive layer 1 solution to build on. Ask Dwight Howard. Also during 2023, we saw a boom in layer 2s, and this still seems to be the case. Polygon, however, is the layer 2 solution I've got my eyes on. Based on Electro Capital's developer report, Polygon actually brought in the second most new developers to the blockchain, only behind Ethereum. The chain is building and growing their ecosystem. Their ZK EVM is the first ZK rollup at nearly no gas costs. Polygon has also built multiple partnerships with the likes of IMX and even Nike and Swoosh. They are slowly releasing their roadmap for Polygon 2.0, where they'll migrate over to their hyper-productive token Pol from Matic. Pol obviously makes more sense, but this 3rd generation hyper-productive token is special. This token allows you to validate not just on one chain, but you can also validate on multiple chains within the Polygon ecosystem. Yes, multi-chain validation. You can also have different roles and many ways to provide services to the Polygon ecosystem, making Pol extremely useful to holders. Polygon also released details on what they're calling an aggregate layer. In short, it is the way to unify all chains similar to how TCP/IP did for the internet. Polygon is the layer 2 I'm bullish on. A project that has currently been making waves with claims as being the fastest blockchain to finality at just half a second is Sei. As a DBZ fan, I love how the team embraced all the community DBZ puns, the Sei and NFTs are cool, and the project is on track to follow Solana or be that Solana killer. Sei gained a lot of hype following the news of Sei V2 at the end of November 2023. The plan with Sei V2 was to establish a parallelized EVM. Parallelized processing is something in hindsight you just scratch your head and wonder why this wasn't done from the start. This was first presented by Solana, and the speed and low transaction cost is just way better than ETH sequential processing. Although I think Sei can get you that 10 or 15x during this bull run, it's not one I would keep long term in my portfolio. Similar to Aptos and Sui, Sei just has terrible tokenomics. As you can see, starting in August, token unlocks begin and they will begin to release over 5 million Sei into the market daily. The supply increase will begin to dilute the market, making it harder to sustain the prices over time. The fully diluted market cap is already at a whopping 6.5 billion. For a new token still building its ecosystem, that is an already large cap. And while speed is a great marketing tactic and their half-second to finality is what is advertised, my tests have not reflected that speed. Finality seems to occur at around 2 seconds and not half a second. Still extremely fast. My first experience with Pallet Exchange also looks something like this. That fastest blockchain claim is not making a strong case early on. Sei, however, has the hype and their NFT marketplace is really helping their ecosystem grow. With Sei V2, you can expect 5 to 10k TPS utilizing parallelized EVM. This is an incredible update, and EVM support will really help with the adoption of the token through MetaMask. This is why Sei is still a token to keep your eyes on. However, if you are bullish on Sei, the next project is one you will also want to keep on your radar. We hear a lot about parallelized EVM, and this narrative is not one to sleep on during this bull run. The idea is similar to how processors have evolved using multi-cores for multitasking. But let's break this down a little more. Let's say my wife has a list of things for us to buy from Walmart. The time it takes for us to find every item together and make it back home can take us, let's say, 1 hour. This is Ethereum. It's sequential processing. In comes Solana with what they call parallelized processing. Take the list and break it down into 2 lists. Each of us takes 1 list and we go out and gather the parts on our list and meet at the checkout. With the 2 of us splitting up, we accomplish the task in half the time and make it home in 30 minutes. Now, if there's 4 of us, we can split the list into 4s and reduce the time even more. This is parallelized processing and is taking advantage of every person to run even more efficiently and faster. There have been many ways to accomplish this. Sei is presenting their own parallelized EVM, while others have a little different solution. Neon, for example, is taking ETH's EVM and building on Solana's SVM. Eclipse is doing the opposite and taking the SVM and building on the EVM, essentially taking the best and what's currently working from each chain and merging it. And even though these L2 solutions solve problems, just like Sei, my next token, Monad, is a layer 1 solution like Sei, building a parallelized EVM. The projected TPS exceeds Sei V2's 5k with 10k TPS, but its 1 second finality isn't earth-shattering. So why Monad? Monad presents something called MonadDB. A simple way to explain this is how the data is stored. When we go grocery shopping, we don't sort the items in the bag and we just throw it all in the trunk. Monad organizes the storage in order to allow parallel execution. That way, no one is blocking each other when we're pulling the groceries out of the trunk. My wife can grab clothes and electronics from the left side of the trunk, and I can grab frozen goods and drinks on the right side. We both know what side of the trunk to get to without reaching over or blocking each other. The entire network reads and writes much more efficiently. This is why Monad is marketing extreme parallelized performance. Though these numbers are not yet tested, I like the concept, making Monad a project to keep your eyes on. And now my favorite, what I believe will one day be a top 3 token within the next 8 years, is ICP. This is by far the most innovative crypto since Ethereum, and it's not even close. I'm aware that ICP has one of the worst looking charts in the history of crypto and actually experienced one of the most criticized launches since Bitcoin. But ICP is just ahead of its time, and it really makes every other crypto obsolete. Without going into the full history of the token, here's a quick rundown of ICP. ICP is a supercomputer on the blockchain. You can think of it as AWS on steroids. When we hear on-chain, there is only so much actually on-chain. With ICP, you're not just pointing to an image or running your game from another network or storing just the transactions on-chain. ICP is what it says it is, the internet computer. It is the cloud, the AWS of the blockchain. Every file, image, app, game, or interaction is on-chain. Such new innovative tech has only been introduced in crypto a couple times. The first was Bitcoin, the second was Ethereum, and now I believe we have ICP. Their ecosystem is growing. If you visit icpcoins.com, you can see a growing list of tokens on their ecosystem as well. Mind you, this website is entirely hosted on ICP and on-chain. Here we see OpenChat, which is similar to Discord, but as we've been saying, fully on-chain. Every chat is a transaction on-chain. There is peer-to-peer trading, and you can give away tokens seamlessly with no slippage on-chain because everything is on the same chain. There is no need for browser extensions such as MetaMask to access your wallet. You can do it from any browser with no extension. ICP has an advanced login that is tied to authorized devices, similar to how Adobe's cloud is set up. ICP also has the largest research team in all of the blockchain and is attracting a large number of developers as reflected on the developer report for 2023. Tom is one of the smartest guys and often posts in-depth data such as this breakdown of CPA on his X account. If we go back to our Walmart example, we have something like Filecoin where we can now go to Walmart and just have pickup, but you still gotta drive to and from the store. ICP took it to the next level where everything can be done in-house. You don't need to leave the house because you can now get everything at your door via Amazon, DoorDash, or Favor. Why would you bother waiting in lines at stores during Black Friday if you can order it online and have it at your door the same day? That is ICP. But as bullish as I am on ICP, do not break the investing strategy and stick with the $97 in alts and $153 in Bitcoin, or you can end up with nothing. We all gonna make it.